This is a video response in regards to the racial segregation on heavy metal music. I saw a video entitled Black People and Metal. The woman in the video spoke about how she was criticised for listening to metal music because she was black. The comment said something along the lines of, I'm quoting by the way, so please forgive me, this is all memory. Yo, why are you listening to all that goth shit? You need to be true black and listen to all that rap or something like that, unquote. Cut a long story short, she is racially segregated to listen to a certain type of music because of her skin colour. So because of my skin colour, because I'm white, would you expect me just to listen to heavy metal music? No, I don't think so. I happen to be a fan of all types of music, regardless of what genre it is. The only type of music I do not have any particular time for is emo music. By that I'm referring to the hardcore punk emo scene which has emerged in the last 8 years or so. Cut a long story short, she goes on about how like there is a cultural idealistic belief. What was that? A cultural idealistic belief that you have to listen to something based on your ethnic class or background or whatever. Now, personally, I can think of tons and tons of white people who don't listen to rock music, metal music, or classical whatever. They only listen to techno, trance, dance music, pop, all that stuff. It's fine, it's fine. I can think of tons of black people who only listen to rocky music. You know, the variation is ridiculously huge, but what music ultimately boils down to is a matter of taste and individualistic opinion and interpretation on it. The class thing comes from a culturalistic background and generalisation which argues that people people should all be the same within something. It's an unfortunately horrible point of view. It doesn't argue for free interpretation and liking on anything. It basically just means that you have to like what everybody else likes. It's very unfortunate that this kind of thing exists. However, unfortunately for everyone else, these kind of things always will exist. I've got to start using the word unfortunately. However, we have the argument then that basically that people will like different things based on their cultural stance. For example, this person who was speaking to the woman in the video argued that all black people should listen to the stuff that they were brought up on. Now, if that is his interpretation of it, shouldn't all black people listen to blues music as well, instead of just all the rap and R&B? And if we think about it, wasn't blues ultimately responsible for the earlier rock bands? And wasn't blues led by pioneers, white pioneers such as Eric Clapton? You know, wasn't it also led by black guys such as B.B. King, you know, Chuck Berry? Is it Chuck Berry or Chuck Billy? No, Chuck Billy's from Testament, I'm sorry. You get the picture. These guys later on influenced the younger bands at the time, groups like Zeppelin, Sabbath, and I suppose to some extent Rush as well. They would have bridged out their branches and created a whole different kind of music. Sabbath was ultimately responsible for one of the first metal bands. Rush is one of the top daddies in progressive rock, arguably. Led Zeppelin's obviously one of the definitions of a hard rock band. Now, with these taken into account, we must therefore argue the case that black and white music has influenced each other's form of sound and has therefore brought together a unity of where different music is formed. So therefore, black people listening to rock music and white people listening to black music, or in this case rap, blues, hip-hop, trance, maybe not trance, but R&B, certainly it's ultimately a good thing. Also, we have the elements of how R&B has evolved over the years, primarily through black and white influence. I won't go into detail on this, too much, but basically rhythm and blues became rap and bass. Is that what you want to call it? I don't really know how to describe it, to be honest, but it wasn't what it used to be. Rhythm and blues was music like the Rolling Stones. Now it's, I'm not going to lie with any specific artist in general, but it's frequently compared to hip-hop these days, which obviously brings a lot of similarities into that. I'd say somebody like Rihanna was the new age R&B, although I could be wrong in saying that she is, but that's just the first artist I could think of. Why the hell does that door keep on moving? Anyhow, my point is, to sum it up very, very briefly, there is nothing wrong with white guys or white girls listening to black music, such as R&B, hip-hop, blues. There is nothing wrong with black people, black guys, black women, listening to heavy metal, good old screamo, you know, all that stuff. And some of the leading musicians in metal bands are black. I'm aware that I've tried to segregate some bands into being other types of music and not metal, but bands like, God forbid, as the woman rightly mentioned, Killswitch Engage, although maybe not true metal, definitely have metal elements. We also got the New Age Sepultura, just for examples to start with. Then we got white guys playing both blues and hip-hop music. We've got Eric Clapton playing a black kind of music thing, since blues was dominated by black people in the younger days. See Robert Johnson and his song Crossroads. But then you've also got guys like Eminem. I know there are other white rappers, but Eminem is the only one that springs to mind at this point in time. Basically, there's nothing wrong with black people and white people listening to different kinds of music. In fact, it is a very good thing because it only encourages more open minds and better understanding of things. Thanks for listening.